Welcome to the ITW EAE booth here at Apex. I'm joined by Pat Bryan, who's the Vice President and General Manager of the division. Welcome, Pat. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So, basically, we're looking at a rather major name change here, a rebranding. The company, what previously known as Speedline, is now known as ITW EAE. Can you explain a little bit about the strategy and the thinking behind that?
Absolutely. So what is different for us this year in the booth, we've got a number of very well-known brands in the industry, and all companies that have been owned by Illinois Toolworks, ITW. What we're showing this year is that the brands are going to be prominent, and we are together in the booth under ITW EAE, Electronic Assembly Equipment. And the Speedline name, which was the parent for our MPM printers and our Camelot dispensers, is not present at all in the booth. That name is going away. And what will prevail is the product brands that have been such a strong part of the industry for years. Right.
So we're keeping MPM, Camelot,
that's correct.
And Vitronics, Soltec, and Electrovert.
That is correct.
Okay, excellent. So, coming down to these brands, what have we got new on the booth this week?
Well, the strategy, again, I talked about the name change, but behind the name change is bringing these companies together as a single division, which has allowed us to provide more scale, particularly scale and innovation. And so over the course of the last 2 years, we've really been putting a lot of effort in bringing new products to market. And so what we're showing here at the booth today is the product of that investment. We are showing our new Edison printer under the MPM family. Yep. We are showing under Vitronics Soltec a new reflow oven or line under the Centurion family name. And we have a new selective soldering solution that we branded Ziva as the family name. So those are all new and at the show, and expect more out of us in the future.
Excellent, excellent. So ITW historically was known for being a very aggressive acquisition-led company, but it has since gone down to a number of smaller divisions, you were telling me earlier, and that is, you're now becoming more organic in nature in terms of growth. What is the strategy behind that?
So that is absolutely true. Across all of ITW, there's a far greater emphasis today on growth through organic means rather than acquisitions. Acquisitions remains part of the strategy, but really fueling and being in charge of our own growth is really where we're putting the investment. And we are on that path as well as a division of ITW, and hence the reason for the scale up is to make sure that we can harness the best and the brightest of our own organization to bring that innovation to bear. And we're taking monies that we're saving in parts of the business through the scale up and putting it right back into R&D.
Right, yeah, because that's obviously an element of organic growth, is that you need to then obviously innovate quite a bit to maintain the growth.
That is correct, absolutely, and that's what we continue to do.
So are you still concentrating on the old ITW concept of the 80-20? You're focusing on the 20% customers and developing product along their requirements, or is it a wider activity?
There's actually two ITW concepts there. So the 80-20 would tell us that we want to focus on where the 20% of the customers that are driving 80% of the activity, and the concept of customer back innovation, meaning that we go and try to understand where our customer pain points exist, either by having that interaction with them or being so involved in process that we understand it. And that's really what fuels and drives our innovation, is understanding those processes and making sure that we're trying to address them through product and service.
Excellent. Okay. Now, if you look around the floor here, Pat, you see a lot of companies that are talking Industry 4.0 or smart factory, digitization of data and equipment. What is ITW's strategy in the smart factory space? So
in essence, with the platform of products that we have, we are going to provide a more open architecture. We probably won't lead that charge, but we want to make sure that all of our equipment is capable of participating in that smart factory. And one of the advantages that we have today by bringing the brands together is we will do that under an ITW EAE banner rather than each one of the brands coming up with its own solution. So we will be very supportive of our major customers as they embark on their own Industry 4.0 Smart Factory initiative, as well as supporting some of the other industry-leading suppliers.
Okay. One of the elements that a lot of the pick and place companies are doing as a result of this is opening competence centers. It's a place where it's not just a demo center, it's a place where you can actually do troubleshooting and bring in prototyping boards and that type of thing. Have you any plans to do something along this line?
We actually do. I mean, we would call them demo centers, but for lack of better name, but we do a lot of work in process and troubleshooting for our customers. Our Franklin, Massachusetts factory, our Camdenton, Missouri factory are two examples of where we have lots of our customers come and try out process and look for solutions to issues that they have.
Great. Okay. Well, Pat, we wish you every success, of course, with your branding activities, and nice to see ITW growing and morphing into a sort of a rounded innovation-led company. Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you. Enjoy the show.